I gotta ride or die.
What's going on YouTube, just JK and welcome back to my channel for another GTA 5 video. And in today's video we're going to be building Castrol Tom's Japanese Grand Tourer Supra. And this is another requested build. This one was requested by Mayor DJ, asking if I can build the 1997 Castrol Tom Supra using the JESTER Classic, which is what we're going to be doing. And I have quickly skimmed over this build, I haven't completed it, so I am going to be sort of like doing it as I go, so to speak. And I have noticed in my menu, for some reason in story mode, I don't have a livery option, so that's something that I'll have to apply when we leave LS Customs. But just to let you know right now, you are going to need a livery on this, and I haven't missed that out. This is something that I'm going to have to do right at the end, and I'm going to have to go into my menu, because there's a mod called menus, or menus. Yeah, I'm going to have to go into that and apply the livery that way, because for some weird reason I don't have the livery option in LS Customs, even though I have it with every other vehicle. It's really odd, I don't understand it. But nevertheless, with that being said, let's crack on with 100% body armour. As always, we're going to go and grab the race brakes for the bumper. We're going to start with the front bumper, and you want to go down and grab this drift splitter. Then for the rear bumper, I'm pretty sure it just adds diffusers, with the exception of this carbon rear end. And as far as I can see, the stock rear bumper is the closest, so we're going to stay stock for the rear bumper. Then we've got the chassis option. You'll go and grab these race seats. You can either get it secondary or primary, it doesn't really matter. For the engine, we're going to get the level 4 engine upgrade. And for the exhausts, we're going to go and grab this single chrome exhaust. Jumping back to the rear bumper quickly, I have noticed that on this car there is a rear diffuser, so we are going to be changing that. And we're going to go and purchase this custom diffuser. Then that brings us down to the headlight covers. You'll go and grab these carbon covers. For the fenders, we're going to go and get these bolt-on arches. Then we've got the hood, and the hood he's got is something similar to the vented hood. Hopefully we can get something a little bit more aggressive than that, but we can't. So we're going to go with these bad boys. It's the best we can get. It's very similar to what we need anyway. I was just hoping that maybe we could have something a little bit more aggressive, but this will suffice. Also here, we're going to get the Xeon headlights. It would be rude not to. Then we're going to go to the respray. We're going to go primary colour and stay in the classic, and you just want to go and purchase frost white. And the same for the secondary colour, classic, frost white. Next we're going to go to the skirts. You want to go and grab these primary lip skirt. Then we're going to move on to the spoiler. Now in the spoiler you're going to have two different options, I believe, because from the reference photos I've noticed that there are two different spoilers attached to this car. So I'm going to have a look through them and decide what I think might be the best. The first one is going to be a big wing, like this sort of style. It's definitely something along these lines, like the carbon wing type 2 or the carbon wide wing. I'll probably say the carbon wing type 2 is more like the one we need, but it's not white, it is carbon. Unfortunately, we need it to be white. The next one is very similar to the classic Supra spoiler, but the one we've got shown here is way too small, and it just looks really odd. It's definitely a spoiler that I think that we're going to need a big spoiler, so that's why I'm drawing towards the carbon wing type 2 more than this one. So we've got high level spoiler or carbon wing type 2, and me personally prefers the carbon wing. I think it looks a lot better just because it's bigger. If this high level spoiler was a little bit more meatier, a little bit more bulky, I think this is the one I would have gone for. But because it's so small, I think it looks odd and it doesn't really suit this build, because this Castrol Tom Supra had a big ass spoiler on it, and for that reason I'm going to go with the carbon wing type 2. Then we're going to go to the suspension. We're going to get the race suspension, and the transmission we're going to get the race transmission, and obviously the turbo tuning. For the wheels, we're going to go into the sport category and down to these Endo V.2. Now once you purchase them, you want to go and change the wheel colour to white. Whilst you're here guys, you might as well go into the tyres and purchase the bulletproof tyres. And to finish off the build inside of LS Customs, because we've still got one important step to make, we're going to purchase the light smoke window tint and get back out onto the streets of LS. And as you can see, pulling out, the Supra is always a winner, man. This JESTER Classic is just awesome. It's so nice. But to create this build and to finish it off, we need one more step, and like I said, it's in my menus. As you can see, it is called menu. That's what this menu is called. So it's a menu. I know, very strange, but that's what it is. And then we've got the vehicle options. We're going to go to the menu customs, and it is in Benny's, I believe. And then we've got the livery option, and we're going to go and grab this Aero Racing, and there we go. Now you guys should get this Aero Racing livery inside of LS Customs. It's just, for whatever reason, I can't get it in story mode in LS Customs, so I have to go through the mod menu to get it. But as you can see, man, this car is awesome. It's not the perfect colours. Obviously this livery is red and ultra blue, whereas the original one is red and green, like a light green. But this is the best livery you can get for it. It is pretty much spot on. Even the lines for it, it's like this livery has been put in the game to create this build, because the livery is very, very close. It's got the number in the correct position. It's got the colours, the colour pattern in the correct areas as well. You know, where it swells up off the side skirt, and then just behind the wheel, and then over the quarter panel and onto the roof, and then the bit on the front fender coming onto the hood a little bit as well. And the sponsors are in the correct position. We've got the right hood vents as well. Like I said, it would have been nicer if they were a little bit bigger, but these are perfect anyway. I mean, they're exactly what we need. And there's not really much to this car which doesn't look like the Supra that I'm trying to create. The only downfall is the splitter at the front. Instead of it being black like it is, we need that to be white. And the spoiler on the back, that's something that we also needed to be white. But other than that, this is pretty much spot on. And like I said, except for the colour difference as well in the livery, where it is ultra blue on this livery, we need it to be like a lighter green. But I can see past that. It just looks so good, and I'm really happy with the way this has turned out. And I'm stoked that Mayor DJ suggested this build for me, because if without their suggestion I would have never have thought of doing this, and I'm really happy that they've suggested it. So it goes for everybody watching this video. If you've got a suggestion for a build that you'd like to see, or a build that I haven't created before, or something I have created before and you'd like to see it rebuilt using a different car, just hit me up in the comments down below, man. I'll be interested to see what you guys come up with, and if I like the idea, man, I'll make it, no doubt. So that brings me to the end of this one. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks again to Mayor DJ for suggesting this build. If you did enjoy this one, make sure you hit that like button, and also subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'm out. Adios.